we should talk about skill versus degree.
Do you use your degree at work?
Do I use my degree at work? I do not use my degree at work. So this is very interesting article, Avi. It says percentage of US population over 25 years of age without a bachelor's degree, which is all people, is at about 62 or 63% without college degrees. All right. In this chart, so there is Asian, Hispanic, and all of that. The chart shows Asians are the ones, which is the minimum. Asians are at about 40%, which means Asians are the ones who have college degrees, majority of them, over the age of 25. We focus so much on education as Asians and make sure that we have college degrees. But the best part is we focus on college degrees for the sake of getting a college degree. We just go and get a college degree in any field what we want, whereas we do not think about getting a college degree in what we are good at or what we really like doing. So that's the reason why you see a lot of, in our own teams, right, you will see people who have done bachelor's in chemistry come and do a finance job, a bachelor in math doing a recruiting job, an HR person coming and doing like a different job, completely different as opposed to what they studied and what they're doing right now. So the article says, lack a college degree. You do not have a college degree. Bosses are amending standards. Companies are amending standards for not having a college degree. All right, that's what the article talks about. But the most important thing, what I think is, if you do not have a college degree, you don't need to fret about it. You don't have a college degree, you're just fine. You will get a job because things are changing. In the US, the biggest challenge what employers are having is the number of people with college degrees over the age of 25, it is only two-thirds of the population actually has a college degree. What happens is when employers on the job posting stating that, hey, we need a 4-year college degree, there is very, very minimal number of people who actually qualify for that because 25%, two-thirds of the population over 25 does not have a college degree. So how do we address this problem? As a result of that, companies are eliminating college degree as a requirement. That's the change which is happening. First and foremost, what I think is we should talk about skill versus degree. And that is what this article talks about. How about we hire talent for skills as opposed to their degree? Many of the leaders whom I've hired in my own teams, they do not have college degrees, or the college degree what they studied and what they are doing right now is completely different. So the job what they are doing is completely different and the degree does not have relevance. Then what is the point in hiring for a person who has a college degree where we say, oh, college degree is a must? I also will agree to the fact that there are certain skills which need degrees. And there are certain skills which do not need degrees. Like for example, if you're a doctor, of course you need to have a degree. Or if you're a scientist, of course you need a degree. But there are many jobs where you would not need a degree at all. And companies and the HR teams, the faster they understand or the quicker they understand, I think it is going to create more opportunities for people. But I'm going to talk about some of these companies, employers who do not have any degree requirements at all for most of their job positions which are posted. And these are companies which actually are the trailblazers in the industry. Medtronic, IBM, Delta Airlines, Google, Walmart, General Motors have eliminated degree requirements for hundreds of their job postings. Isn't that amazing? So, and if you don't have a degree, these are employers who are looking for people who do not have college degrees. This is an article which was featured in Wall Street Journal about college degrees versus skills. What is the key challenge? Why companies are not able to eliminate degrees? One of the key reasons what they talk about is still there are a lot of degree holders who apply for those positions. All right, so when a lot of degree holders apply to those positions, companies over the years, they have set benchmarks stating that, oh, you know what, you need to have a degree holder. So what happens is there is non-degree holders, they generally start thinking, oh, you know what, this position is posted only with a degree holder, so I don't want to apply for that particular position, and they are not applying for that particular position. That is one. But in my opinion, what I think is a key challenge is first, it starts with leadership. Leaders in the organization and organizations need to make a commitment that how are we going to hire? How are we going to fill these roles? First of all, do we believe that a non-degree holder will be able to perform that particular role, that particular job? If you have that conviction as a leader, then you will have to make that commitment. Like companies like Walmart and Delta Airlines, GM, and they have made a commitment. They were able to clearly classify what are those roles, which skills will do, and a degree is not needed. They've been able to classify that. So if I take it back, it has to come from the leadership teams, and then it has to trickle down to the HR and recruiting team stating that a degree is not needed for this particular job. A degree is needed for this particular job. So if you make that clear demarcation from the leadership and trickle it down to the organizations and give a guideline to the organization, then I think it can make a difference. What I also wanted to talk about is Delta Airlines. In 2021, 94% of their jobs, what they filled, were with non-degree holders. Imagine that. And such a large organization, 94% of their jobs. Same article cites this as well. In 2022, the first job for a pilot was filled with a non-degree holder who was a mechanic, a car mechanic, and he actually applied. And in 2022, Delta Airlines invited him to come and trained him to become a pilot. So organizations need to have that kind of commitment to see if degrees are even relevant for certain jobs. If you are a student, I want you to think about what is that degree what you're going to choose. I want you to choose a degree what you're good at, what you are deeply interested in learning. Because what you do not want to do is do a degree, spend your 4 years of your valuable time and get into a workforce and do a job which is completely non-relevant, which is what you study. If you are a person who does not have a degree, I want you to think about which skill is in top demand. You like working in that particular area, and that is your, I wouldn't call it as passion. You like doing that. And the skill. If you do not have a degree, fret not. You will get a job. A lot of students who actually send out email or DM stating that, hey, I want a job. All right. I want you to think about what is that one skill what you can pick up, which can lead you into a job. Right. And most importantly, right now, with AI coming into place, there is a lot of opportunities if you just had a few AI skills. Right. And again, it's not programming skills on AI. It's about utilizing certain tools which have AI. That also helps. So there is incredible possibilities. What I want you to think about is if you do not have a college degree, it does not really matter. Employers are changing. There is going to be a lot of opportunities which will not have degree as a hiring criteria. And please go ahead and share your thoughts and comments. The thoughts and comments what you share is what helps us create more content. For the time what you have invested, I'm forever grateful. I look forward to seeing you on the other side. Stay positive and go create a ruckus.